entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now Guardians, Matt Haywood here to provide first impressions for Destiny 2, which is now out in the wild and ready for Guardians to consume. Please note that there will be spoilers for the game's opening hour and a half, light at that, but proceed at your own risk. Outside of a lengthy queue to get into Destiny 2 at launch, my first few hours with it have been extremely enjoyable and enlightening. Let's just hope that the wait to join the game is much less than at launch, because it took most of us close to 30 minutes to get into the game. With that being said, everything else I experienced within the first hour and a half performed flawlessly. The frame rate was stable on the Xbox One, and the visuals looked mighty nice. I do think the One S console's ability to up the resolution to 4K helps, even though I understand that it's not even close to being true 4K. I can only hope that the game looks even better on the One X when it ships later this fall. For most of the first hour and a half, you will spend your time playing through a mandatory campaign section to set up this sequel's narrative. You start by importing your old Guardians or starting a new one. If you do use an old Guardian, he or she will be stripped of all the loot and light you had in Destiny 1, so you're only getting your character's appearance back. Although, when you first start, if you did choose your old Guardian, you'll be treated to a recap of your Destiny 1 accomplishments organized by date and with whoever you were with when you achieved certain in-game milestones. That's about the only tie to the past you get, as the game's opening sets the stage for you to lose all of your light and powers, essentially stripping you bare. If you played the demo, then you'll be familiar with the opening segments of the campaign, but I can confirm that you do get to play sections that weren't in a demo, and they definitely provide more insight into the attack on the tower and the Traveler itself. This opening does a great job at setting the stage for the game's campaign plot, which will entail you regaining your powers and helping others to overcome the Cabal Red Legion leader Gaul, who literally kicks your ass and every other Guardian's ass into oblivion while capturing the Traveler and extinguishing the light it provides to the Guardians to give them their powers. Just like that, you are reduced to a plain Jane humanoid with no special powers and only a beat-up handgun. This is when Destiny 2 truly begins, as you must set out on a brand new adventure and explore new environments and worlds as you try to regain the power you need to take down Gaul and the Red Legion. This is also the point where you meet other survivors of the attack who aren't Guardians, but humans who have lived outside the tower in the last city. You're eventually led to the farm by Hawthorne, who is a new NPC quest giver that runs the game's new social area called the Farm. The farm is just that. It's an old, dilapidated farm where players can mingle and dance merrily with each other, as well as get new quests and items. It feels much smaller than the tower, and of course it's much more chaotic looking thanks to its rundown state. You also get access to a ship when you first reach the farm, which enables you to start going out on campaign quests, but not others quite yet. You must first complete the last mandatory story quest before the game's world fully opens up. This entails you going out to an area that has a shard of the Traveler in it. It's almost calling to you, so through a vision, you and your ghost head over to it. After battling through a few random Fallen, you will find the shard of the Traveler, and as you may have guessed, like I did while playing, this is how you get your light back. With your powers restored, you put them on display to learn your new super move, and then it's back to the farm to start Destiny 2 proper. So after getting your light back and returning to the farm, the full Destiny 2 experience unlocks. You'll have other players at the farm doing what Guardians do, dance and or pointing. It's all about emoting, but you can now also continue the campaign or start playing through the public events with other players. I should add that at this point you can also play the campaign in co-op. That's as far as I made it in my first jaunt with Destiny 2, and I completely enjoyed what Bungie had to offer in this game's opening segments. Visually and audibly, this game is top-notch, and it will definitely look even better on the PS4 Pro, PC, and eventually the One X. The gameplay feels familiar but new thanks to the extra polish the sequel has over the original, and the campaign is already more engrossing than any bit of story content that was featured in Destiny 1. It feels like there is a real story with real stakes and players on both sides of the coin. You feel like you're fighting for something and someone rather than just skipping around the solar system, exploring random areas and getting narrative fed to you through offline Grimoire cards. To me, that's what is going to set Destiny 2 apart from its predecessor, and why I'm feeling a burning desire to get back into the fray to see how the narrative plays out. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our full review of Destiny 2, which will probably drop next week after Team EB fully dives into what the game has to offer.